Do you like blasting stuff? Do you like it when in a game you use your brain and you do stuff, and then you go from this to this? Well, then I get the game for you. NetAttack. It is made by Byte Rocker Games. They're gonna haunt me for this, but yes, the devs are incredibly chill. The game, it is amazing, and I'll tell you why right after a word from our sponsor. There is no sponsor, damn it. Get your ass in if you want a sponsorship, friggin'. Now that we're back, this game is a survivor-like, if it's not apparent with the amount of enemies coming towards my ass. When you level up, you get the choice between 3 upgrades, ranging from any number of things, like you can see here. And the goal of each little layer, as you can see in the top right corner, it says a layer, is to stand on these chips. These chips are these big yellow things. You need to get to the first little dash thingy in the little progress bar, and then you're good to go. And then, you know, eventually you get virus run. If you don't finish the initial layer within the 60-second countdown timer, you lose. After each layer, you get a choice of 3 premium nodes. Now, the premium nodes, they're kind of alright, you know, they could be better, could be better. This is more just because, A, I'm a greedy person, give me all the good nodes. I want to burn the world. Yes, I am totally fine. Someone send medics, please. Now, there's currently 3 playable characters, with more to come. There's 2 zones. For the sake of not spoiling, I'm only showing you the first starter character and the first zone. Safe to say I've put in a lot of hours into the demo, and a fair amount of time into the current release, which is lovely. But there are a couple things which are not so nice, and we'll get into them. Number 1 on my list. It feels a bit weird when at the very end of the game, so layer 7 as an example on the hardest difficulty we're doing here, there's no boss. After you enter the portal, the game just finishes. It feels very anticlimactic. It's like, okay, I've built up, and then like Rug, like, surprise, there's nothing for you, Merry Christmas. Now go home and cry in a corner, you sad sack of whatever Eddie is, right? Secondly, I really wish there was a bit more pickable upgrades in the sense of what drops in the world. Yeah, you've got your time stop, you've got your health, but it would be really amazing if there was a freaking magnet. The amount of times I have to leave because either, you know, the virus shutdown initiated or the stage just got too easy, but there's a crap ton of XP and I'm like, you know what? Me literally going to pick up that ain't worth it. It happens too freaking much. Too friggin' much. And lastly, infinite mode. Devs, please. I know there's a daily challenge, which technically is time-based. I'm not sure if it stops at 30 minutes. The furthest I've got was, I think, 23 or 25 minutes with the little Hapon, I think is what the name is. The other character. I'm not gonna spoil what they do, but ooh, check it out. Very lovely. Let's just put it this way. That one is you attack to then nuke. Very fun. But, as I said, there are some reservations like I mentioned. Yes, the game needs a little bit of time to grow into the spandex to become maybe the next king of this industry. But does that mean, as I mentioned previously, I'm going to discount it? No, it's literally going to be my go-to in-between game of when I'm doing stuff. Why? Brains. And, you know, run variability. If you wanted to have a run where your character shoots out a friggin' metric ton of lasers, or where maybe you shoot, you know, lasers that eventually come back and heal you. You know, you can probably do that. I'm betting there's a way to do that in this game. And the fact that you have to use your brain, as I mentioned, puts this game at the top of my list. Yes, there are some other survivor likes. 10 times Swarm, Spellgate used to be my favorite, but it doesn't have nearly the amount of variability this game has. With the introductions of loops, conditional sequences, splits, you have to use your brain. Now, what do I mean? Well, in the beginning, with Eddie, you've got 3 on ticks. Now, you might be inclined to just use one, you know, the standard approach, you use one, you chain a bunch of stuff together, but that then shoots every 1.8 seconds, and then you get overwhelmed, and then you die. And as you play more, you realize, oh, but what if, instead of me chaining 3 shots, I just put them each into one of the ticks, which are your core nodes, denoted here, and then you've got 3 attacks per half a second, maximizing your DPS. And then from there, you realize, ooh, what if I had each of the ticks do different things? Just like I've done here as an example. I've got my bottom tree absolutely nuking out a metric ton of lasers, my secondary tree doing, well, whatever the heck that's doing, and then my top tree, I guess, pretending to be useful? I guess? Now, the one problem with these games always happen, not it might just be me a freaking idea to do, but you tend to hyper-focus a tree. Now, this doesn't happen so much in some of the other characters because each of their other subsequent core nodes are a bit different. No spoilers, I'm not going to show anything on screen because you have to go freaking figure that out yourself and play, have fun, because the game is amazing, as again. Now, do I think the game has a bright future? Yes. Am I going to stop talking now and tell you to go buy the game? Yes. What is the game priced at? Well, it is priced at a very reasonable €7.20, $7.20, £6.29, and for, maybe some of the countries watching, South Africa, 73 Rand, 247 pesos. So, it is quite reasonably priced. It's not pretending to overprice and overvalue itself, which is fantastic. And I think the game has a bright future. Right now, maybe a bit bare bones for some. Maybe some people will get bored. But for me, who likes being creative and constantly playing with ideas, variations, blowing stuff up, I think this game has a bright future. One thing that I would love to see in the future is maybe a bit more variation of nodes that each character has. Instead of having like one character focused on just pinging, maybe they start adding communal attacks in, so things that maybe each of the characters can access, so that you can chain some runs. Think of creativity, because like right now each character plays distinctly different, has distinctly different abilities and attacks, which makes complete sense. But I think if they do that, there is a very big probability of immense success. And again, right, I'm a small YouTuber. What do I know? I'm a gamer, I'm a programmer. I don't know anything, but it piques my brain. I like the game. It gets a thumbs up from me. Bare bones, yes, but I've seen many games. Circa Crab Champions, an amazing other game if you don't know that got a lot of content over the years. And again, 100% recommend. As always, anytime. Bye!